Hello, everyone. I'd like to dive into a few charts here. Uh, After this past week, it's been pretty choppy. There's not a whole lot going on, but next week should be a big one. We have FOMC coming up. Let's take a look. Here's a big mover this past week. This IWM. You can see we had this monster move all throughout this past week, or since Thanksgiving week, I should say. In the last 2 weeks, we're up 7% with very little pullback at all. Very choppy. The team over at TTT, we decided to take a small short position right here at prior resistance, taking about 25% gain on the rejection. And we're still holding a few runners heading into Monday. The thesis on that was 2 days in a row, we were not able to make a new high and rejected. What does that mean for next week? For next week, it means one or two things. We obviously have big data coming in from the Fed. So it could be buy the rumor, sell the news, or do a continue higher and make new highs. All right, so here is in the chart what I was just talking about. We have, as you can see, prior resistance here, here, and here. We took a short position for the 19th here, giving ourselves some time. We trimmed quite a bit as we couldn't. We really kept reclaiming this 251 level. You can see we had a pretty strong sell-off here, and we just kind of consolidated. Pretty mute. Next week, we're looking for hopefully a continuation down under this level here, reject. Then we'll likely see the prior breakout retest. You see this prior point here. Shoot a higher time frame. You can see this was a prior high. A lot of rejection candles here. We broke out from it. Now on the flip side of things, could be run up going into leading into FOMC. Absolutely. But what I'd like to see is we would need to come up here and actually break the previous all-time high and confirm. And I do think we could probably go roughly 255 and even up to 260. I guess time will tell, but at the moment, it's showing signs of weakness. It's slowing. One that is interesting is Tesla. If you don't know, we were in a downtrend this entire time for the last month or so. We were kind of stuck in this area here, And it almost looked like we were going to form a double top, and reject this 433 level. You can see 3 days in a row here, we rejected this 433. These are your rejections, and we caught this trade. It was about 200%. What I'm looking for going forward in the next week is we close perfectly here over 454.40. We'll see if we open up on Monday or Sunday into Monday. But right over this 441 level is where Tesla likes to get excited. You can see here in times past, it's rejected this area quite a bit. But when we do confirm this level, it's pretty violent to the upside. So it also shows a lot of strength in Tesla that we ended perfectly for a setup for a move to 470. And if we can reclaim and consolidate at 470, I'd be looking forward to break all-time highs. And the target being 500 by the end of the year or higher. If we cannot hold this level and we happen to fall back, if we come down here, lose 450, then we're likely to test this 433 level again. This would be bad if we don't bounce anywhere in this area. Ideally, we need to stay this 441 to 445 level on a pullback. If we're able to maintain this level here, I think new highs will be coming in the coming weeks. Now, what do we have for SPX or the SPY? So we obviously had a V-shaped recovery, and let's go to the SPY. More people are familiar with SPY. We had a big V-shaped recovery, but we're kind of stalled out, and it's been reclaiming this 686 level, and that's actually where we closed, just right at 686. I do think either we sell into FOMC or we make it run up to new all-time highs. My personal thought is obviously we'll follow price action, but I do think we'll make another run at this wick and close to all-time highs, and then we're going to come back down. Just one thesis, I actually am short, full disclosure, in a small position from about this level here at 688. We're in 680 puts for the 19th. We trimmed down some. We're up about 15-20%. So we took some risk off the table going into next week. If we can break the 680 level, well, first we need to break 683 and then 680. As you can see, these are major levels we've been bouncing at and consolidating at for the last entire week. And it's just been a slow grind up. Price action's really been terrible, which just tells you that there's not a lot of volume and a big move likely is coming. So we'll be watching for that. Things to watch out for. And so we were able to break these candles, these highs. We'll be going into price discovery. I don't really foresee that happening before FOMC. It could be after. We'll have to see. But we took a trade here and kind of just been bouncing right at this level. We pulled back a few times. If we could break under 683 and then really beat the 680 level, come back and retest it, we're coming down to 678 and ultimately down 673, which would be a prior resistance and breakout point. If we happen to not get cuts, or if he is hawkish in any way, we could go much lower. As you can see, we're fairly extended. I don't think that we're in a bubble by any means. I know a lot of people think that this is the .com. I think we are up there, but not .com level. Same thing goes for another one that is something to watch is NVDA. It has been rejecting this 684. $684.50 level for the past week. This is a key pivot spot, and also happens to be where all the EMAs happen to be sitting at, roughly right here at this 673 to 684. So it's kind of consolidating. So I expect this to be a big mover for the next week or two. If IWM sells off, I could roll back into tech. This one being 8% of the S&P would be a big reason as to why it moved up. So what am I looking for? For another rejection of this one, of this level, 684.50. It to come down, test 180.56, reject, and I think we come and revisit this 168. As you can see, we've hit it here, 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 here. If we don't stay above this 166, 164 level, which it hit just in September, we're going to come down pretty far. I don't really anticipate that happening. I feel like it's already down quite a bit. It's probably pretty optimistic. But 670 or 170, I think, is very likely. But on the flip side, the bullish side, if we're able to gap up or reclaim these levels and push into 190, we're back rocking and rolling. We're back to heading back to 200, in my opinion. So this is a key area to watch right here. And I think this kind of unlocks the market. IWM's had its run up. It's done really well. 7% in the last 7 or 8 sessions, which is pretty impressive. But I think small caps take a little bit of a breather, and tech starts getting some momentum. We got Meta. We had talked a few times about taking positions here at 600. I actually took a small position at 601 on this breakout. And truth be told, I was kind of hoping that we did one of these, came back again, and then I could confirm one more time that this level was going to hold, so I could add to my position. I was not able to do that. So not really upset there. Just kind of wish I could have added more. Meta looks good. It did reject here, 675, 678 level. You can see it's also primary resistance level, so no shock there. But I do think is poised to push back to 700 and then a 750 in the next where it initially dumped from. And if you look from the last point in which we ended up right at 50%. So from here is kind of a big spot. Do we reverse and head back down? Was it a dead cat bounce? Or is Meta fully recovering back to highs? I have some good news. I guess we'll have to see how the market sentiment goes leading into FOMC. Apple looks great. It was due for a pullback. Pulled perfectly back into the zone. It's held a lot of strength ever since it broke out way back here. So I don't really see it breaking that trend anytime soon. If it were to happen to pull back to 267, I would like to go long again on Apple. Let's look at Bitcoin. I mean, it looks nice. I'm just not sold. It had a nice little rally. Pushing back up, bouncing perfectly off the 683, 684 level. I still think we come back and test 680, or at least revisit 685 again. Seem to be holding up fairly well. Ideally, for me to be super bullish on this, I would like it to come back, retest this level. And right around this 97 level is the 50-day EMA. So this area not only is a heavy resistance area where we bounced off for a few months. So this also be a hold number. So there's a lot of reasons. So this will be a hard level to pass. But we really need to break 95,000 to be super bullish. Is it oversold? Yes. But until then, we're kind of just consolidating and bouncing around. If you like videos like this, please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.